Yo. I have way too little screen real estate. Hey. I feel like when streaming, I need like a third screen or so. Would be really helpful. Already have two, but one is just my laptop, to be fair. So. Oh well. Let me check whether I share any secrets if I switch to desktop now. Probably not. Oh, there's a lot of space now. This side, okay. There's some more space on the left. No, there isn't. Okay. Well, it is how it is. See? Also a bad idea. Things I should check before starting a stream. Great. So what's happening, people in chat? Cozy Saturday, I hope. I'm pretty much still at my morning coffee. It's the second one, so I'm already awake. And to be fair, it's already past 12. So what I should do is, we're already a bit overdue for the new Manim release, and it's really time to, well, take care of that. Usually we release around the 1st of every month. Now it's already the 4th. But there was some... we got some good news, which caused me to say, well, we should delay a little bit. It didn't really help anything, but yeah. Or didn't really change anything. Actually, so the thing I actually wanted to wait for is like the logo of something that we should include somewhere so that we can then announce the thing together with together with the new release. But maybe the other good thing has to be a separate announcement, which might make sense anyways. So yeah. now I'm contemplating a bit. Either we could just push out the release, or I wait for some more feedback from other developers. And I do some other stuff in the meantime. I'm not sure. Let's maybe change music, otherwise I fall asleep if I don't start doing something soon. So let's look at some pull requests. Review approved. Let's open. Okay, that's one where I did something, so someone else should say something about that. This is an old discussion, and these are terribly old, so those are the only two that still are in question, maybe. Just turn the music a little bit down. So this is a really nice pull request because it changes the colors to properties, so that, well, changing them actually does something. The attributes, I mean. Hey Daryl. Oh, volume is soft on my voice or the music? Music for me is already a bit loud, but I don't hear it the same way. It's actually a bit difficult for me to know. Oh, I'm also quiet, really. I mean, I can talk more into the mic. That helps probably for me. Just thinking whether I can actually increase me somewhere. Or whether I should start shouting. So this, then let's pull this up a little more, and then if there's one thing I actually hate on Mac, it's dealing with all sorts of audio issues. But I could tune this up a little more, I would think. Okay, Daryl, you shout at me if it becomes too loud. How about now? OBS says it's very, very red. should just keep on talking too. With this, it's good? Okay. Okay, then we'll leave it at that. Ooh, first time chatter. I wonder why they can't detect these. I am not prepared for someone actually subbing. Thanks, Sarah. I should probably advise anyone against subbing at this point. I don't have any emotes yet. It's I wanted to, yeah. I've been thinking about emotes and then other stuff happened. Oh no, Nightbot is now angry at you. Wait. So let me deal with things. This guy should be banned. Bye. And you should be... I can somehow... Wait, where is... I'm terribly afraid of leaking stuff if I open it on desktop. Wait, let me quickly go back to this thing. Oh, I mirrored this. Now I understand. Okay. So let me... You should be able to spam as many emotes as you would like, actually. Stop subscribing. Thank you. Thank you. Incredible. Omega lul. No hype train. I'm not prepared for any of this. So let me see. How can I... I didn't even know I had a gifting sub emote thingy. Stuff is happening here. Wow. Yeah, why didn't it indeed? Oh, white font on white background is actually pretty bad. Yeah, I feel incredibly big streamer like now. So many people talking in chat and subs and oh my god. And that's on this early Saturday morning. Oh. So let me actually add all of you as regulars. I think that does something tonight, but I have no idea what exactly, but we will find out together. You're here for this now. That's on you actually. I can't. I'm not responsible for that. How many N's are in fucking incredible? You had a different name recently. for a long time. Sedge. Yeah, I know. Ah, you you replaced the pet letters. I see. Can I copy a username somehow here? Oh, yes, I can. That's nice. Oh, you did not do that? They did that themselves? That's fun. I assume there's nothing bad here actually, so I think I can even show you what I'm doing. So I edited your names into this regular Swing of Nightbot, and now I think you have more permissions. Yeah, it's definitely pretty pog. I would say almost better than your previous name, but well. Seven messages deleted. So wait, what did you try to send? Let me. There is something else I can do. I think I can say permit. Oh, actually, you've been timed out for a long time. Wait, I can fix that. Let me fix that. User. On timeout. Welcome back. I think you're now the user with the most timeouts in my channel. Congratulations. Not really, no. Let me fix that. I think I can do that somewhere here. I mean, what else does this even do? I should read documentation. Okay, that's actually not really bad spamming what you did. Where can I change anything here? Spam protection, that sounds something. Yes, I should read. Reading is not a bad idea, I think. Access caps. Oh, you can shout at me all you want. Don't really care about that. Abusing emotes. No, feel free to abuse emotes as much as you. I just disabled that though. Access symbols. I'm not sure what that does or what it is, but sounds fun. Let's disable. Is there a documentation page for this? Doesn't really say what symbols are, but well. Spam as much as you want now. Fuck. Ah, there are options. What are the options actually? Lovely. Good job. Okay, my blacklist is empty. Great. Should I blacklist? Do you want to become famous? What was the message that you guys sent? Oh, it's gone already. I could look it up, it's in the logs probably. Great stuff. Blue Steel Battles 2. Yeah, we could do. I could do something like that, but I'm terrible. Also, I'm in the wrong category right now. I would have to change that, but I could maybe I do some Manim stuff first, and then we could think about something else. I mean, I'm now a big streamer, right? I have channel points. I have subs even. Was not prepared for that. Thanks again, people. So let's stop burning your eyes. And maybe I do this here. It would be fun to play some games with the other people. Manim Minecraft server. Stop, Daryl. Stop having good ideas. Okay. Should we actually do something? Not just. I mean, I've been basically just chatting. So what should we do? I think this I can undraft. That's maybe a good first thing. Like 3 seconds of work, excellent. Where is the thing even? I never find the. Where is it? Ah, here it is. Yeah, big button. It's hard to miss. I stopped stalling. I'm trying. It's hard. We could watch some YouTube videos together. Reaction streamer. Actually, my coffee is empty now, so I should get more, but so what are we doing? I don't need to review this. I made this. So what? There's actually something I need to do, namely in the new release branch, I've merged something this morning, and I should make maybe this a little bit larger so you see it. You can read anything. How large should the font be so that you can guys read this properly? Because in the video I recently mentioned, someone said the font should be a little bit larger, and I think it was maybe about this large, or maybe one step smaller. What do you think? Like this? Larger? Smaller? I can actually make a poll. Let's make a poll. I've never done that. Editor font size. Like this. Smaller. Larger. Go. If it's really important to you, you can use 100 beans for giving additional votes. There you go. 0 votes incoming. Actually, should have made the poll longer. Kinda doesn't seem like 180p. Yeah, that's true. Did I change my OBS? Probably not the reason. Let me check. Yeah, the output is I forgot to change the output. It's again scaled to 720p. I'm sorry. Why is this so delayed? I don't know. That's not on me, I think. Maybe it's the internet in Sweden. My internet provider here is like the most random thing I've ever seen. This. How much delay do we have? I need to check myself. $10. Okay, I mean, it could be less. Wait, isn't there like some sort of setting? Do I have to change that in my Twitch settings somewhere? Wait. I can't see you. Chat, I mean. 20 to 30 seconds delay, really? Let me check. Where do we even find that creator dashboard? Content, no settings, stream. So in my thing here, I have low latency settings enabled, which should mean that the stream is actually fast. Oh no, I've lost you. Where are you? Where are you guys? Ah, here you are. So yeah, I think that's on your end then. Okay, so here we had one vote for like this and one vote for larger. Let's see how maybe one step larger looks like. Just worried about. Oh, no. That's actually too large for me. So I'm okay with this sorta. It's still a bit large, but latency is fine. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I'll quickly rebase my release branch onto the latest main branch. There has been like 1 or 2 additional PRs merged. Then I'll push and build the documentation. While the documentation builds, I go fetch coffee. And we can have like a little prediction whether the documentation will look correctly for the changelog. And then yeah, I don't know what we do then. That's already way too far in the future. I have no idea how to plan things anymore. Thanks, COVID. Okay, rebasing. Git fetch origin main. Git merge. Not merge. Rebase origin main. Successfully rebased and updated. Git tag delete v13 thingy, git tag v13 thingy. Then the changelog script. Oh, you should not see my GitHub token. That would be bad. But I think I have it in a variable anyways, and otherwise I have to. Let me see. Ah, it's in variable. All fine. Okay, let's run that. I'm in the wrong directory. Yeah, I think that's one more than before. In the meantime, while this does, I can already start the prediction. Will documentation page render correctly? I'll give you like 5 minutes for this because we'll still need to push and stuff. All right, and then I say I go to the docs, make HTML. I could do the fast version. What's it? O equals minus T skip Manim, something like that. I always forget. It should be fine. Did actually the thing update? Okay, so the changelog did update. Okay, let's try to... but I should make a clean all first. Okay, let's go. Let's go. HTML O equals minus T skip Manim. Alright, it's doing its thing. I fetch more coffee. See you right back in like 2 seconds. Or a minute or 2. Coffee on a Saturday do hit different? It does. It does. High iced coffee. But mine is not iced actually. So what's happening with our prediction? We have a total of 10 beans going out. Wow. Yeah, it's really cold here right now. I don't know what we have currently. I think it's like -8 degrees also outside. -7. Also, I'm sitting under a tilted roof and like there's snow on my window, which I've been too lazy to clean, so it really looks very wintry if I look outside the window. Yeah, you also have a lot of snow, right? Incredible. I've seen some pictures. Should also probably figure out at some point how the heating in this apartment really is supposed to work. Sometimes I feel the floor is a bit too cold for what it should be. Nice. Snow again. So I should we should do the thing. Let's look at the output of the documentation. So it built correctly, which is interesting. Oh, we should fix these warnings. We should fix those. Problem is, for some of them I have no idea where they even come from, and Things is extremely bad at telling me. I mean, actually this time it's maybe not that bad. Where is that? There's a T somewhere. So I think this belongs to this unexpected section title. Where's that T? So returns. Examples. Parameters. I don't see anything. Could search for it. But what do I search for? For a T? Capital T? You guys say stop if you see something. Yeah, I don't know. I'm too lazy to search. I actually didn't even pay that much attention when scrolling now. So let me close this again. Let's look at the documentation. Open. Build. HTML. Index. No, actually, we could go straight to the thing. Okay, so where's the changelog? 13. Stop being small. So what should have changed? I think I've merged this one. Right? Question mark? What has changed? 37 and this has been added. Yeah. Implemented this thing. And the thing links to the correct place. It even links to the correct place. Wow. So I guess believers win. Documentation looks... The reference menu here looks correct to me. Prediction, how does it work? Prediction. Choose outcome. Yep. They are, but that's just because I rendered without Manim output. I added the O equals something flag. I could render with, but then it takes a lot longer. And I'm actually not sure how well my laptop would handle streaming plus rendering the examples in the documentation. I never understood though why the if the examples are not rendered, why this looks so weird. Not sure about that, but I also don't really care. Does something weird, I think, but well, it's Manim. It's expected. All right. Okay, so this should look okay. The next thing, so I will manually delete these last two lines, and then in theory pre-commit should be happy with this file. It usually never is happy though, so I don't know. Let's commit. What's this now? 4th pass, I think. Generated changelog for us. Push, force. Off you go. And now if we look at this stuff, there should be... What will pre-commit do? I almost never managed to push something that pre-commit is happy with. I could install pre-commit locally so that, well, the bot doesn't have to commit every time, but I'm lazy. Ah, wow, that's rare. Okay, so this builds the documentation, and yeah, I'm not sure whether it's worth to delay for any other pull requests. Probably not. I would like to fix my subcaption thing. What happened there actually? Oh yeah, Chris mentioned something. Yeah, Chris wanted the I think that's just it's just the Sphinx directive for referencing a method, not actually math. I hope at least. Okay, what did I say I would do? I'll split and store the subcaptions in the section. And then I'll add a property, which again outputs a list of all. I mean, I could do that. It's not that hard. Let's see. I'll wait for more feedback on the release pull request. And by the end of this stream, I'll just make the release. Let's see what happens. And in the meantime, I'll do a little bit of subcaption stuff. And then I don't know. Maybe then it's time for lunch anyways. Let's see. So what's the number? I forgot. 2314. Shouldn't be any changes. No, it's fine. So what did I change actually? I forgot everything. I think it was seen. Add subcaption. How did this work? I also forget that. Let's look at an example again, because why not? Subcaption. Save it. And example scenes where I usually do all the stuff. Oh, I should name it subcaption.py though. Help. Rename. Hi. From Manim import. Oh no, I copied the thing, right? Yes. Fix indentation. Manim import star. Okay. Let's throw on a self.wait to this stuff and then let's compile and see what happens. Example scenes manim minus qm minus p. Subcaption example. I remember this problem now. The QuickTime player doesn't support the sort of subcaption files that is outputted by Manim now with this pull request. So we'll have to change to VLC. Can I just do it from here? It's maybe not good. Let's see. Open reveal in Finder. Open with VLC. Ah yeah, and I fixed from last time that VLC would always stop playing the music, so this works now. I did some work for the stream. It was actually one mouse click. No, maybe two actually. Okay, so we can close again. So we added two subcaptions, I think. One should be during the creation of the square, where it should say hello square, and one should be during the transform, where it should say that the square transforms. And I think I saw the second one already. I mean, this looks perfect. The square transforms. Both for 1 second visible. So the functionality already more or less works, and I think that's why I submitted the pull request last time. And now what we should change is where exactly the subcaptions are stored, because we have this new thing, which is the Manim editor. And Chris said he wanted to use the subcaptions in the editor as well, which means they have to be available to the editor somehow. Which means that they have to be stored in the same place where the information for the subcaptions is stored, for the editor is stored. And this is the section stuff. And I think this is in the file writer actually. So where are the subcaptions stored right now? I forgot that. Add subcaption. Self-renderer file writer subcaptions append. Okay. Okay, so we have a list. In the file writer. Scene file writer. Subcaption. There's a write subcaption file. And there's this subcaptions list, exactly. And what we should do is probably change the section to contain a list of subcaptions. Is that really a smart thing to do? Do the sections know when they start and when they end? I think actually not. I think it doesn't know. I think actually it would be easier for the Manim editor to just parse the subtitle file and then do whatever it wants. And then do with it whatever you want. I don't think it should be tied to sections. Because also semantically, I don't think it makes sense. I mean, actually, it doesn't even make sense that the subcaptions are stored in the file, right? But it's also just for well, sort of convenience. So yeah. I think what I'll do is I'll write the response to Chris again. I have thought some more about changing the implementation and have changed my mind about storing the subtitles in the section. Given that users might change the timecode they are shown when the timestamp when and for how long subcaptions are displayed. Oh, this is small, right? I should maybe increase that in size a little bit. Is it better now? I think it is. I just see it on my well, tiny part of my laptop screen that the font size for the website might be a bit too small for you to for you to see anything. So given that users might change the timestamp when and for how long subcaptions are displayed, this information might diverge substantially from the sections. For the Manim editor, I think it would make more sense if you added support for adding displaying subcaptions specified in the added support for SRT files. Then you could simply show some markers in the timeline where display some marks in the timeline where the subcaptions are up. Also, it would allow people to interact with or to use their own subcaption files and not depend on anything Manim internal. What do you think? Smiley face. Okay. With that, I think the feature still is subcaption feature still is complete, and I actually don't really want to do anything else with that or change the implementation. I still don't know whether people would really find this particularly useful. I think in most cases, if you produce something, if you produce like an animation or some sort of video yourself, in most cases you will edit stuff anyways, and then only after the sequences have been edited, you will add the subcaptions. So I think in this case, subcaptions are really, sort of a niche feature for content that you literally produce with Manim and then immediately upload somewhere. Then the subcaptions file might be helpful. But for all other cases where you have like another step in your where you have some sort of post production, it's probably not that useful. Do you guys have any opinions about subcaptions? Or is this just me being particularly, I don't know? So I think I'll just leave the PR as is and hope for someone to review it. I mean, I would like to include it in the release, but if we have no one looking at it, then yeah, well, I don't want to start just merging code that I wrote myself without anyone having reviewed it. This is actually something that we should do. So we have a translation service. We have translations now, which will be pretty much the highlight of the upcoming release. Our documentation has support for being translated now. This did not work. And we should mention the service that we use, Crowdin. Oh, I agree, that looks ugly. I mean, I'm in general not particularly happy with our landing page of the documentation. But this probably doesn't help anyone. Maybe we can mention Crowdin in the website footer. Things and the things theme are actually mentioned there, so maybe we could also mention the translation. Where's that even defined? Daryl, do you know, do we have to include the logo somewhere? Or is it, maybe we could actually include the logo in the... Okay. Yeah, then I would say maybe let's do it like we discussed on this pull request. So include the logo somewhere in the README, with the I don't know where, but somewhere, and like add some a very short thing to the footer of our website. The only question is where this footer actually comes from, because it might come from this theme somewhere that we have to override. But let's find out. So where is the documentation for this stuff? Yeah, I thought so. I think it's just in the theme somewhere. Let's see. Theme, probably partials, no. Maybe layout? No. Maybe page? This could be it. Related information. Is this it? I think it is. Yeah, that's the related information box. So what can we do to that? Copyright, we already do that, I think. Yeah. Last updated doesn't really match. Yeah, it doesn't have a thing where we could just, yeah, here it starts. Okay, that's slightly annoying. Yeah, that's for the RTD Sphinx theme, right? Not necessarily for our theme. But I don't think this theme has an extra footer block. It starts here, then this entire thing is the footer block. Show copyright. Then we have just this stuff, which we can't really use because there is no, I don't see a field where we could add our own stuff. Show source is being translated. And there the block ends and we don't. Chris has responded. I'm not so sure this is the case and not too happy with throwing even more complexity to users. Now there are scene sections, subsections, animations, frames, subcaptions, and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, of course, it's not a question that there is a lot of that Manim has a lot of complexity when it comes to these things, but that's also what makes it versatile. And I'm not sure the argument he makes holds fully. I don't expect beginners to want to use all of these things at once. Maybe you find out about subcaptions, then you use those, and I wouldn't expect that subcaptions and sections would be coupled, to be quite honest. I mean, sections are intended for separating your full scene into multiple smaller parts. I don't see how subcaptions agree with that somehow, because the thing is, what I would like to do sometimes, especially with subcaptions, is have the subcaption linger around a little bit longer than the animation that is being played. But scenes, but sections are coupled to the played animations. So I could add a wait in the file and then only start the next subcaption afterwards. That's something that would work in principle, but yeah. True, there are many different concepts that are in use. And while that is certainly overwhelming for completely new users, it adds a lot of flexibility to more experienced ones. I feel like the use case where one section would have more than one subcaption, e.g. if you have a long animation where the text doesn't fit in just one subcaption, is not that exotic. It becomes difficult to handle if subcaption display times are linked to section display duration are linked to are simply set as the section duration. That's why I think they should be somewhat should be a different. That's why I think that they should be different. Be handled separately. I've done my fair share of UI and web stuff. I definitely feel you. My comment wasn't meant in the sense that it would be easy to implement, but rather that in the sense that markers, there should be some simple indication of where and when subcaptions happen in your file. I know that handling that is a lot of work, and thank you for your efforts in that regard. Smiley face. Comment. Okay, so I mean, this is now I'm happy with the code here. It's tested. It's tested. It works. I would like to merge it. Daryl, what do you think? Are you still here? Where are my Manim developers hiding? By the way, is my voice being too quiet again? I think the bars in OBS are a bit, well. Okay. So we don't really have a good way to add something, to add some content to this footer here. And I wonder, we could certainly add or fork this and just modify it. Then we'd have to maintain it as well. I'd somehow like to just override this one block. And I mean that I know that it's possible. Yeah, but it has to be done in the right way, which is annoying. What should we do? We could move this to the read. But it's at least somewhere. And I mean, it would not be that hard to have this centered, actually. We should just do that. You know what? I'll check out this and then we can look at it locally. So what's the thing? Will Chris respond again? So what's the PR? 2352. Crowding logo. So this is now in index with RST. Here. Okay, so there's an alt text. I think there's also something like a caption, and we can add this should be centered. I think one of them is just centered, and one of them should be something like caption. ISTF. Let's try that. Docs make HTML O minus T skip name. And then let's look at the output of that. It's a possibility that Sphinx is unhappy anyways. That's fine. Oh, rendering always takes so long, and this doesn't even render the examples. Okay. Open build HTML index. What did this do? Wait, what? Is it now gone completely? Yes. Okay. Yeah, it was an unlucky first try. Let's see whether we can find some documentation. REST things image directive. With art. Don't want a substitute. No. There's more stuff, I know that. Image. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Scale, art, align. And there's a target even. That's good. Okay, let's put align center and hope for the best. The alt text is fine, and then let's add a target, which should be HTTPS translate Manim community. I have no idea whether this works. The common options class and name. What does this do? Name. No, that's not useful. But target should be fine. Oops. First we need to render. Make. Try again. Okay, it's now there and it's centered, which is better. A little bit. The positioning is still weird. I almost feel like we could put it in the sidebar. But I don't really want to do that. It's also probably not really possible. I think I've looked into adding some links to the sidebar at some point because I wanted to link our GitHub or so. Doesn't seem to be supported. How does it actually do that? I wonder. Align centered. Display block, text align center. Okay. Should we add some small text below that? At this point, I'm willing to just leave it there. It's not great, but maybe something like, I don't know. Help out with translations, or should we just leave it like this? How does this actually look in the bright version of the website? Oh, it's okay, I guess. How would it look like if we added, like, say, oh, it's hard to... Oh, I forgot this is not markdown. Yeah, maybe we just leave it at that. I'll push this. Centered crowd logo and added target link. Push. Not my favorite solution right now, but it is better than nothing. Ideally, I'd like to have the logo in the README and a reference to crowding in the documentation footer. The latter doesn't seem to be quite so straightforward and would require that we modify our theme manually a bit. My suggestion: merge this as is, so that crowding is mentioned somewhere in our documentation. Semi-prominent in our documentation, then think about further improvements later on. All right. I think this is fine. Yes. It only... There is nothing exotic going on here, and the more critical part is the creation of the subcaptions anyways. Why are you subtracting the runtime here? Well, that's a good question. I have no idea. What was this? 2314. So what does this do? In the play call, okay. I add the thing in the play call. Ah, I know. The subcaption is added after the animation has been played, which means that the timestamp self.render.time has already been updated and is positioned after. Has been updated to the time after the animation has been played to get the subcaption to be displayed when the animation starts playing. Its starting time needs to be shifted by the runtime of the animation. I'm not sure. What do you mean with two different offsets? Question mark. So I've recently, after I've published my first tutorial video on Manim, I've started to think how I should continue this, and basically the next thing I want to do is a little bit about object positioning and the config system. And I was wondering, on the one hand, I feel that there's an unfortunate inconsistency in how the movement methods of Manim are named, but that's maybe a different discussion. I've mainly been wondering, when you guys watch videos on tutorials on YouTube, do you rather watch like short videos that are very on point, or something that's maybe a bit longer but goes over several topics? But the latter one might be overall a bit more coherent, not. So if something is concerns multiple things, then. Any opinions about that? Basically, the question is long videos versus short videos. Yeah, shorter ones are easier to grasp. I think that's the conclusion I more or less came to myself as well. I know that some people prefer like these really long tutorials where you can just skip to the right point and everything is very coherent and you get like the big picture. But I feel for practical purposes where you say, I want to learn about XYZ, then it's probably better to have like a, say, 10 to 15 minute video and have more of those, right? At least I feel it's somehow more approachable. You could always compile the videos into long one. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I think having like more short videos is probably also better for my workflow, because I need to spend less time to edit one and then still arrive at something that probably makes sense to I think it's good psychologically for me as well to well, be able to release something rather sooner than spend like 2 weeks editing than producing. So it probably makes sense to keep it a bit shorter. I think my first one was already a bit on the long side, but for the intro video, I did want to explain like some basics and important things that are not necessarily related to code, and then also go over some code. But as soon as you go over the basic architecture of things, you already take a bit of time. It would have felt wrong to produce like a tutorial video where you don't even see any animations. Could have probably been a little bit faster. Maybe done animations first and then focus on static images. But well, it is how it is already. Yeah, I think the next video will be about positioning objects and stuff. Okay, let's respond to Christopher. I see. So I think he would like to have only one offset parameter in this play call, but I don't think that's a good idea. The reason, I think it makes sense for the keyword argument for scene.play to be called subcaption offset to explicitly make clear that we are talking about the offset for subcaptions there. But when using scene.add subcaption, naming the corresponding parameter subcaption offset is not really necessary. How many C's in necessary? It's not underlined, so it's probably correct. It's not really necessary, I believe. I could live refactoring it if you'd strongly prefer that. Smiley. What else is happening in our Discord right now? Nothing too wild, it seems. I like this cozy coffee stream. But I still hope we can. One color, two sleeves, one C, two S. Ah! That's helpful. Thanks. Didn't know about that. There are a few words like that where I usually need like one or two tries. I think the number of repeated letters in address also always confuses me, but that's, I think, because it's exactly different from how it is in German. So that's why I'm always confused by that. In English, it's like 2 Ds, right? Address. Yes. Let's see whether I didn't get an email. I wouldn't have seen a notification. How is the release pull request? For some reason, one of our Windows pipelines always fails at the moment. I'm not sure why. Wait, where did it just go? Did I close it? No. Ah, it's here. It's always the same test, I think. Yeah, it's the test for Dash's file name. I'm not sure why this fails, and it's not even always the same Windows machine. It's really confusing. The exit code is 1. I have no idea. Literally no idea. Don't think it's crucial. Maybe it fixes itself. I hope for that at least. So in principle, this is ready to be merged. If possible, I would. What are you doing? I hate when some notifications just pull me away from my current screen. That feels really weird. I would actually like to do the release so that it's finally over. Because then, I mean, there are some other things we need to do. Uh, I think this has been fixed upstream, so I don't think we should merge this. I think this is waiting for the fix from upstream is the correct approach here. I'll convert this PR to a draft in the meantime. Thank you for your contribution. Oh, is it? No, it's not a draft. How do I never find these? Why is this so confusing? There it is. And I mean, this could also just be merged, I think. And this is just documentation after all, right? Documentation, there are some methods, but they are nothing surprising. Documentation, documentation, documentation. Documentation, some tests. Documentation. Documentation. This changes the signature, but should be fine. Oh yeah, it's just explicit about which keywords are passed. uh, Citrus Munch wants to have my playlist. The thing. Just use this here. You can also post it in chat actually. This is the playlist I'm currently having in the background. Let me try to. Let me try to ping Chris so that this can be resolved. Ooh, Discord. Sure, why not? If you are okay with a voice being on stream. Then I'm in voice. Hey, Chris. I can't because I don't know how long the runtime of the animation is. Yeah, that makes sense. The start time of the start time of the subcaption is the current. Maybe is the current time of the scene, the current time in the animation, the current point in animation. I don't know. Oh, sorry. The start time of the subcaption is the current time of the animation or time of the scene. I could also just amend the first, the one-line description to say adds an entry in the corresponding subcaption file with the current timestamp. Adds an entry in the corresponding subcaption file at the current timestamp, and then I can add like this is the second sentence could still be the current timestamp is obtained from scene renderer time. Okay, and that should be fine now. Now this is better, yeah, I completely agree. Clarify documentation entry. Push. Oh, of course. Oh. Of course I produced a merge conflict. Second try. Okay, now it's updated. Yeah, I mean the tests run, so I think that should be fine. And I've tested it with my on here locally. Lovely, thank you very much. Great, so we can have subcaptions now. Great. Yeah, sure. Don't feel pressured. Yeah, of course. That's great. Okay, so I'll merge this. Enable and update. And then we'll finalize the release so that this is finally done. All right, people. Thanks, everyone. I'll hop out of Discord again, but I'll still continue streaming for a little bit. Bye-bye. Can you make CSGO matchmaking system with Python? I have no idea. You mean like on... How should this work? So I can delete this and then head back to our release PR again. So I think I'm happy now with all the stuff. Return to the thing. 2353. Okay. Now we need to fetch origin main and then rebase again. Lovely. We should look at the changelog. Let's maybe see. Where is the thing that we just merged? Sort by recently updated. CNet subcaption is here. Let's actually use this here. CNet subcaption, new keyword arguments. Subcaption, subcaption duration, subcaption offset for this the play method. Update. Okay, so now if we regenerate the changelog, we need to change the tag. Regenerate. Can make a prediction again in case anyone is still here. Prediction. Once again, we look for the documentation. Will new changelog entries look correct? Make HTML. T skip. Let's try. We should clean all first. Some errors again. We'll live with those, I guess, for the moment. Let's hope for the best. Okay. Build HTML. My examples. I have two of those. There's a my X, in which I just copy paste stuff from time to time. And I have a X, in which I also copy paste stuff from time to time. And I don't have a consistent scheme of when I use what. Changelog. No, that's actually really not juicy at all. Sorry to disappoint. Okay. Let's close the prediction. Wait, how can I actually close the prediction? And submissions. New features. So I've merged this. Added basic support for adding subcaptions via scene at subcaption. This is here. This rendered correctly. Looks good. New keyword arguments, subcaption duration, offset for scene.play. And this also has some sort of documentation now. Yeah, looks good. I think this is fine. And we have merged the antiderivative graph. I can't remember that, but we looked at that earlier already. And we have merged, what else? Oh, there's a thing. I've missed it. I've missed that as well. So I think this time the answer is actually no. There are still some things that are not correct. But they were not correct earlier as well. So, but the new entries. Then the answer is yes. New entries look correct. Easy. Is there anything else? So this, and this should be fixed. Step 1, this should be fine now. Port over docs and typings from to the OpenGL counterparts. Perfect. What went wrong here? Ah, the thing is wrong. But actually, for a method references, I like to remove the tilde. This should be fine. And here, oh, but this looks correct. There's always a thing. Okay, otherwise I think this is good to go. Let's read maybe through it one more time. Formatting looks correct. Looks correct. Animation growing, spinning from nothing. Links are working. Yes. This we just have fixed. Yes. This we also just have fixed. Yes. I think this is fine. One more iteration and then we'll be done. Let's go. Okay, I think I have to shift the playing games part of the stream to another time. Been streaming for quite a while already. But we can do that. There's some other things I need to take care of today. But I think we can still finish the release. So let's see. One more building. One more looking at the output. Yeah, much better. This is not correct. This is not correct. What games? I could play some balloons or something like that. It would be fun maybe. But as I've said another time. Now that I'm a big streamer. Yeah, I think this is fine. Time to push. Oh, sorry. Oh, what's that? I have a black border on my left side. What's that? Shouldn't be there. Weird. What was the last? Fourth pass. So it's the final pass now. Change log, generation, if pass. Ah. I've also contemplated, that might be pretty special, but I've also contemplated whether or not I should play. There's this game teaching you how to use Vim or VI, and I can use it a little bit, but I have no idea about actual navigation and stuff. That might also be something I enjoy playing, and well, maybe fun for streaming. Don't know. All right. Push, force. Yeah, I've started playing it at some point, and I realized it might be fun to stream that. But I would maybe need to have some sort of thing that shows which keys I'm pressing. Otherwise, it's boring. Or I could hold up my keyboard like this. You play with keyboard while holding it in the camera. So something like. I think that would be extremely entertaining. Not very productive, but extremely entertaining. I don't play Tetris against you. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Oh well, people. So no, I'm actually happy to do that one day. Just not today. Just like to get the release done, and then I'll head off doing some other things. Do you think many people playing together would actually make it easier for us? Yeah, I say we are done. We are done now. It's done. So what is it they usually write? Copy. Paste. 13. Discussion. General. Done. Finally. Just 3 days late. But I think it's not that big of a problem. I've got some stuff to do this week, so. And it's not like people seem to be extremely enthusiastic about releases in general, so it's fine. Okay, so we've managed to publish a new release. I think the changelog will be there at some point. And that's probably will end this now. Just thinking. Yeah, I mean, there's some 1 or 2 more things, and we need to write the announcement, but I'll do that at some later point. Just let the update propagate a little bit first, and I'll also need to build the Docker images. That's something I could start, actually. That's something we could start doing. So where is my thing? I have a clean directory for exactly this reason. And then I usually just say the correct Docker command. Yep, there it is. Sometimes I have the feeling I should document this somehow and not just have it in my bash history so that I can update it whenever I need it or use it. So I can hope I can use it when I need it next. Okay, this will probably take some resources, so I should probably end stream before that. I've started to put this in the CI, but I've had some problems with that, and then I didn't investigate further. We should look into that. I think there might even be an open pull request where I started doing this. Well, one day, not today. Yeah, I think that's it for the stream. Thanks everyone for sticking around and making me a big time streamer. Now I should actually end stream also properly, right? Give me, where's my thing? Burning eyes again. Sorry, should look into dark mode for that. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. See you again. Well, on Discord and otherwise. I'll stream soon again, I think. Not as long as the last time. Bye-bye.